in the future. This is going to be a weird episode in hindsight.
Welcome back, Space Cadets, to Hal and Dave's Trip to Jupiter.
Well, this is going to be an unusual episode for us, and it's a bit of we're going to show off the mechanics of Sonic Heroes, of all things, because a certain YouTuber apparently doesn't understand 3D Sonic
I thought
mechanics.
it was going to run the intro video. That's why I waited on that. But now it's actually loading. I'm like, I can't get out of it. It's actually loading. It's loading the demo reel.
This was a different time.
Okay.
Well, so, yeah, this is kind of so a certain big YouTuber that rhymes with, Game Grumps.
Is that how we're doing it? We're going to beat around the bush?
Maybe. No, Aaron Hansen from Game Grumps, let's be honest.
Alright, hi Game Grumps. First of all, lots of respect to you guys, big fan. But...
He has your t-shirts.
We're going to call you out slightly. That you should probably learn the mechanics of your games. Not to say that this game has great mechanics, but, you know...
I think it has workable mechanics at best, but
and we're just going to play, because we play too.
Yeah.
So, check out this crazy opening.
It's a pretty good opening, honestly. Look.
This is back when Crush 40 was still a Sonic.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that butt rocket.
Look, I appreciate my 2000s butt rock, man.
Oh, no, I had this game soundtrack back, like, when I was in high school.
Oh, yeah. That's fair.
I mostly listened to the final boss theme, though, because that was, like, more metal than the other ones.
Oh, true. I should mention something. This was my first exposure to Chaotix. I didn't realize they were a thing before this game.
I forgot they were a thing because no one owned a 32X.
I got reacquainted with them because right now I'm doing a read-through of all the Sonic Archie comics. Because I'm a dork like that. And I'm trying to find a reading guide, and I had to find the Knuckles Chaotix comic. So that's been fun.
I find it really interesting that Metal Sonic from Sonic CD is the one that keeps coming back.
Good design, and honestly...
He is the best design of those Metal Sonics, but, like, you know, I feel like the Sonic 2 one would be more prominent.
I'm gonna say Robo Sonics, because he's the best design of them.
He's Metal Sonic, the other one's like Mecha Sonic, and
there's
Silver Sonic, and... because I remember as a kid calling Metal Sonic the one in Sonic 2, because I didn't even know what Sonic CD was.
It's kind of funny. Like I said, I've been doing the Archie comic, and so in the Archie comic, they actually have multiple Metal Sonics, not like multiple Mecha.
Alright, this is where I'm going to flex. Apparently I played this game for 47 hours in my life, and I got all 120 emblems, 141 A-ranks, and 7 Chaos Emeralds.
I should say this is longer than my first playthrough of Final Fantasy X.
Same here.
Yeah.
Alright, now I question my life choices.
Okay, let's do this.
Alright, so we're going to play as Team Sonic, and then start from the beginning.
Alright. We're going to start from the beginning and learn.
Yeah. That's right, they have like a bunch of FMVs in this game.
Well, this was also to show that Sega could still compete with people. Because keep in mind, this is like one of the first major games they did that was released for multiple consoles.
No, that's right. This is the first Sonic game post Sonic Adventure 2.
Yeah, no, this was a pretty big deal at the time, I remember.
And it is markedly less dark and weird.
Well, yeah.
Well, because the last game, you know, was about like Dr. Robotnik's grandfather being like a political prisoner who was executed and decides to, you know, make a deal with the devil.
Yep. That was a thing.
Further elucidated in the game Shadow the Hedgehog.
There's a lot of weird shit in Sonic lore, but we're gonna go through the deep lore
the
today.
total whiplash of the Sonic franchise.
I actually do enjoy it a bit because it actually kind of sticks out as like a thing it does. I kind of find...
Yeah, I guess Mario's kind of boring in that way because like no one gets up in arms about Mario. It's just like, yay, another great Mario game.
I'll say this. I actually do like how Sonic as a franchise is experimental.
I just wish they would think through their experiments a little more.
I think that's a fair enough point about it, but I like how they always kind of, try to do different things, so it's actually kind of appreciative. My thing is basically this: I just wish they had more dev time for games.
Yeah, that's right. Don't they have like strict
a lot of Sonic.
Like they're always like get it out before Christmas.
Yeah, well, at least with the newer 3D games. And I wish they just had.
Whoa.
And this is not to be like any.
Yeah. So if they ever actually watch this video, they can already see me slipping off the edge with Knuckles. By the way, never press the B button. Well, actually, no. Okay, wow. So if you press it normally without touching the analog stick, you go like a little bit, but if you press it with the direction, you go flying. So, yeah, I'm not trying to defend this game's like controls or design in this. I'm just trying to point out that there are defined mechanics.
Yeah, well, one of my big problems with Aaron sometimes is that he doesn't try to, like, learn the mechanics. It's just, like, it's awful.
Well yeah, he does, like, the Zelda sequelitis where he kind of rips into Ocarina, but then, you see them actually play it, and he dies to the Lizalfos into Zongo's Cavern, like, 5 times because he doesn't know there's a guard button.
Yes, I knew that while playing the friggin' game.
Yeah, it's like, literally, you're invincible during that fight if you just put on the Hylian shield and hold the R button.
Yeah, no, that's a very easy thing to do.
Okay, so one of the things that he had a lot of problems with was the cannon. So the cannon is, with speed character or flying character, has a really specific place it launches you to. But if you go in with Knuckles or power character, you get to choose where you do that. Never go in with the power character.
Oh, okay.
Maybe there's some secrets you could supposedly get to, but, all anybody ever does with that is launch themselves into oblivion.
Okay. So basically, you just want to make sure that anytime you're there, you do it with either this... I'll say this...
There's one specific point during, the final boss where you have to use the cannon with Knuckles, and other than that, never do it.
So basically, just always use Sonic or...
Yeah. Also, Sonic is now slave to Knuckles.
No, you're my bitch now, Sonic!
Dude, that'd be like Knuckles back how he was in... Oh yeah, notice how I switched to speed right there? Whoa.
Yeah.
Okay, and I deliberately switched to power, because every time you touch these, you get a level up, and those count both towards your score and, the strength of the characters.
Yeah, no, I remember that from when I was playing this game.
Yeah, so...
I haven't played this game since I was in high school, so I'm a little, unfamiliar.
Yeah.
But I remember the blips, I remember the Team Blast, and everything else.
Oh yeah, so... You can clearly see the icon pop up when you're going to do the light dash, so you just press that B button. It is kind of finicky. You got to really make sure you do it at the start of their lineup of rings, because otherwise it tends to glitch out. Because Sega quite loves glitching it out.
Yeah.
But being at level 3, Knuckles can create magma explosions. So it's most obvious in flying formation how they line up beneath him. Speed formation, they line up behind him.
Yeah.
And power formation, it's horizontally.
Yeah.
And that's actually way back when I hit that chain of rings, I switched to speed so that they'd all be behind me, and so all 3 rings would be hit.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so you get bonus points that way.
That was interesting.
And, as you can see from getting A rank on every level, I studied how this game worked.
Yeah, no, so there are actual...
Oh, I love, Sonic so much for such a long time.
Hey, Sonic can be fun, and like I said, it's not a perfect franchise, but I think it is a little... I think people... I'm kind of just tired of people shitting on it all the time, honestly.
I am too. Sonic Mania was incredibly good. I hold that up to be possibly the best 2D Sonic, even. For me, it competes with Sonic 3 and Knuckles.
Honestly, it's one of the best things from Sonic I've seen in a while. And
but then,
it was fun.
Sonic Forces came out, and...
Honestly, you want to know what I think is underrated Sonic game? The Sonic Advance series.
Oh, dude, I love those.
Yeah,
I played them on emulator, and I actually liked Advance 3 so much that I bothered to pick up a physical copy.
I own all 3.
Because there was a period of time in high school where I would basically use basically the Game Boy Advance emulator as a rental service. That's how I discovered Golden Sun.
Oh wow.
Yeah, a friend of mine was like, "Yo, I heard about this RPG called Golden Sun." He starts playing on an emulator, and I played a little bit. I'm like, "This looks really good. I'm gonna actually buy it," because I'm all about supporting the creators.
I actually bought it. Here's the thing: I didn't have my own computer for a long time. Okay, and I also had a Mac. And let's just say it was very hard to get emulation for a Mac back in the day.
Oh yeah, so if you spread them out here, then they each go on one of the loops, so you get all the power-ups.
Okay.
Oh wow, wait. That's right. Okay, sometimes you pass through a gate that forces you to switch, and sometimes you pass by a sign that's just a suggestion. And that gets a little confusing sometimes.
That's fair. And
But, yeah, all your combat should be done with Sonic unless it's against armored foes. Like what I just did there. Once you level up Sonic, like that's exactly what you want to do, is just bop them with a homing attack.
Okay.
You know, you just face in their direction, A button. Honestly, like a lot of people get screwed up by this in the earlier games because it is really finicky.
Yeah.
And like, I think actually Sonic and the Secret Rings, of all things, was the first one that made it so there would be a reticle that would pop up when you're lined up for a homing attack. And that's really good. I wish they always had that.
Sonic, final smash.
Because like all the new ones have. You know what really bothers me about that animation?
What?
The music goes completely silent.
Yeah, that's fair. It would be cool if it got like a Crush 40 song during it.
Yeah, like it got like a super like power up song, but instead it's just like, yay, shoom shoom shoom.
And it should just go like anytime you do that, it should just go
Yeah.
Sonic Heroes.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's like some other games around this time that did the exact same thing.
Yeah.
Like I think like Mega Man X8 does that. And there we go. A rank is honestly not that hard to get in this game.
You were clearly a god among men. But no, like...
yeah. So, Ocean Palace. This was an interesting game, because I feel like this game is the reaction to a lot of criticism of Sonic Adventure 2.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Because everybody who's like, that game's like too dark, and why are there like realistic people and stuff? It was better on the Genesis. And then like this game, you know, the aesthetics go way back to like the Genesis stuff.
Well...
I completely missed those.
I'll say this. A problem with it is that Sonic is more popular in America, and the American Sonic, like, expanded material just didn't have... Like, the only human ever in the Sonic expanded material was Robotnik for a long time.
I know, really?
Well, think about it. Like, we got, like, Sally, Grounder. You wanna know who shows up in the freaking Sonic comics early on, even though it's, like, based on Sat AM to an extent?
Who?
Scratch and Grounder.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Everything was just, like, Wild West for Sonic out there.
Yeah, no. It's weird. It's fun, but weird. It's like...
I hate that hits you like that.
Well, you have to be careful, and then you have to become perfect at the levels.
Yeah, you do. That is true. I once had a friend tell me years ago that he didn't want to play games like this, and he didn't want to play Mega Man Zero because he hates perfectionist gaming. He just wants to have fun. The irony in that being that he didn't even own a game console, and he was ridiculously good at fighting games. And so whenever we play like Smash Brothers or Soul Calibur, he'd own us even though he didn't even own the game.
Jesus Christ, that's like... Was he like just the Rain Man of fighting games?
Yeah, and I was like, how do you do it? He's like, man, I just like look up tutorials on YouTube and then I use it on you guys. By the way, jumping and launching your teammates is how you're supposed to fight with Knuckles if you don't want to fall to your doom.
Oh, fair enough.
Oh yeah. So triangle jump is really simple. Homing attack at the wall and keep tapping A.
Okay.
Just saying because... Sorry guys, I saw you screw that one up. Whoa, we missed it. Okay, collision on those rings is bonk.
A little bit.
Like I said, I'm not really trying to defend this game, although I think it is reasonably better than a lot of the other games that came out over time.
It's definitely better than 06. Now, that's a game that I don't think anybody should defend.
Alright, I'm going to defend 06 then.
Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. You're going to be contrarian, man.
And here's why. I don't think Sonic 06 deserves the title of the worst Sonic game ever. Because that title should go to Sonic Boom.
Okay, you know what? You're right, and I can't...
Because at least Sonic 06 feels like a Sonic game.
Oh, you know, with Sonic Boom existing out in the world, I can't say you're wrong.
Exactly. Like Sonic Boom is like so like I was gonna say again, if the Grumps actually bothered to watch this and are still with us, and like they remember playing that game. Oh yes, let's see. Whoa. The momentum in this game is stupid though, because Sonic Adventure games actually had a really good. Oh yeah. So yeah, again, we're gonna risk it. Let's see what stupid shit's gonna happen to us. Like you can choose where you're gonna go with this, and it could easily go wrong. So let's see if does he land on it? Nope, he's dead. Does he land on it? Yeah, he's good. Okay, that's a safe spot. So yeah, Knuckles, you can choose where... Oh, that's good. That's good. Oh, wow, I almost flipped off the edge. Yeah, that goes back to what I was saying. Never use the ground attack unless you absolutely have to. But, you know, you just do it with Sonic. Totally safe.
Yeah.
So, this guy, you press the B button midair, specifically to disable his shield. And then they go, like, they get all, like, stunned and the shield flies off. And then they're easy to pop with the homing attack. You know, doing anything else, you know, tends to get screwed up.
Man.
Although, you know what? Now that we're, like, talking critically about this, and I'm self-conscious about, you know, actually recording and putting it out in the world, I realize the design problem that all 3D Sonic games have. Like, there's no 3D Sonic game that doesn't have this problem. Is that the game works really well when you do exactly what the developers want you to do. But, heaven forbid you try to go off on your own. You know, case in point, the 3D camera in Sonic.
Yeah.
You know, because Sonic, the original Sonic Adventures got a little more flexibility in its camera because they were trying to behave a little more like Mario 64. But like Sonic Adventure 2 is when they really went hard on the fixed camera. So as long as you're trying to go in the direction the game wants you to go in, it works. And heaven forbid you try to go anywhere else.
That makes total sense, but at least... I'll also say this, one issue is that since... Unfortunately, Sonic games are made under a strict time thing, so I don't imagine that they, like, test these games out as well. Just get them out there.
Yeah. They're like, did you show this game to QA? And they're like, who's QA?
I have to look at the development of Sonic Heroes. Plus, this was also made for multiple gaming consoles.
Yeah, I believe it's like a slightly modified version of the game engine. Let's do it. Let's try to get the special stage key. I don't necessarily like this mechanic where you get the key, and... Whoop! Yeah, beat that one. You get the key, and then if you get hit, you lose it. If you lose your rings, you lose the key, basically. So if you keep the key all the way to the end of the stage, you get to go to the special stage.
I can kind of understand that because...
my favorite way was like Sonic 1, you just get 50 rings.
That's a lot better.
Yeah, it's just so simple. That's the problem that Sonic has frequently had, is just overcomplicating things. You know, breaking what already worked. Whoa. Also, okay, I know it's like a spectacle, but I cannot defend those running towards the camera segments anymore.
They're neat, but...
Although the gun truck is funny. Because the Sonic, like, Generations remake version of it has, like, chainsaws coming out of it.
That's pretty cool.
But you can see the levels are actually part of the score, so they really encourage you to get those. Because this is the first game where enemies don't die in a single hit.
Oh. Holy shit, you're right.
Yeah.
I didn't...
They added health bars. And I believe that was just a lame attempt to justify the power character.
Well, you know, we have to justify the power character.
Well, I mean, there they go again, like, breaking... fixing what isn't broken. Right, so...
Oh, I had so much fun with these stages when I was younger.
By so much fun, you mean swearing at them?
Yes.
Because that's how... You know, it wasn't this game, actually. I was playing, like, Sonic Advance 3, and... like, I got mad at the special stage, and I turned to my brother and I'm just like, it wouldn't be Sonic without swearing-inducing special stages. Oh, by the way, the physics, if you end up on the ceiling like that, the controls, like, invert themselves twice over. That way, you don't know which way is up. Or sometimes you fall off. So you gotta, obviously, like, at one point in my life, I button-mashed for victory and made it all the way to the Chaos Emeralds in every stage. Oh, by the way, we caught the key in Act 2, because if you get the key in Act 1, it's just for, like, bonus points, and Act 2 has to be your Chaos Emerald key.
Okay.
You gotta, I assume button mashing is the way one does this, I don't even remember. My thumb's starting to hurt, but, you know, it's good. It's all good, it's all for Sonic.
It's all for the Sonic.
It's all for the fandom.
Do it, do it, do it!
Oh, man. Haven't done that in a while.
You are now a god.
I appreciate games that do, like, button mashing made easy. Like, the original Star Fox and 64 do this, where to get the most rapid-fire lasers, you don't mash the button quickly. You actually mash it rhythmically.
Okay.
So it's like press, hold it for a second, let go, press again, because every time you press it, it actually fires 3 shots.
All right. Like.
And like I like it when it's reasonable.
That's fair.
I mean, fortunately, we got the Chaos Emeralds, so now I can stop mashing and not hurt my drawing hand.
That would help. You're also an artist, man.
I've been trying to take care of that.
Look, you don't want to develop any issues. Like the artist's back.
So yeah, again, Grumpy fans, if you're checking this out, you remember how it didn't make any sense how this boss worked, but really, no, come back here. Yeah, so if you can get him to... No, he doesn't want to stop here, okay. You gotta kind of let him do his thing until his pattern decides that he's going to... Maybe you have to beat him there. Can't really beat him there. No?
Maybe
Okay.
you're supposed to hit the question mark.
The question mark is just... yeah, I can attach to him by tapping the homing button. This is how you win, kids.
This is how God wins.
Oh no, these boss fights are pretty bad. Okay, is this where he comes down? Yeah, alright. So, then you just... All you gotta do, this is the one time I condone the use of the ground attack, is just do this. Again, I think this is a very lame boss fight because it's just hold the direction he's facing and tap B and win.
To be fair, isn't that how most Sonic boss fights are kind of in the beginning?
Well, like the old Sonic games, had like platforming to it. Like you remember like the first Wrecking Ball fight with Robotnik?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Dun 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 dun. Oh, see, yeah, they expect you to actually like rush out there and do that much faster.
Yeah. Okay.
Remember that? That's annoying. I don't know. I'm trying to think of what's actually been a good Sonic boss fight besides a good 3D Sonic boss fight.
On this, freaking, I actually enjoyed like the first Robotnik one in the original Sonic Adventure a while now, but I have to go back and play that.
Yeah, well, that's the thing with like the Sonic Adventure games. They're all about the nostalgia goggles.
Hey, sometimes nostalgia goggles are a little more true than we think, but I have to. But I played the DX version, and I liked it, but I have to go.
They didn't change much, honestly.
I heard from it that there are some like they don't have all the like special particle effects the original Dreamcast version had.
Huh. Interesting.
Yeah, I'll look it up. There's like apparently it is a bit of a graphical downgrade.
I know they did to them what this game does to them, where they suddenly. By the way, every time you do a light dash like that, you can get like little bonuses, and that's why you'll see me doing it all the time. Okay. So yeah, you like level up Sonic, and then your homing attack, your teammates follow along, or at least Knuckles did. Tails fell off. Okay, so this is the first introduction to like properly armored enemies in those turtles. Although, it's a valid criticism that they use the B button as the action button for way too many things. It's like the controller's got like 16 buttons on it, and they use 3 of them.
Sega. Actually, that might
Tails
be...
needs this one.
Actually, again, that also might be the issue with, like, the development. Because think about it, this was also had to be developed for the PlayStation 2 and Xbox. And as weird as
controllers that have even more buttons than the GameCube.
Turtle. Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying, is that...
Actually, wait. So the C-Stick... Oh, wow, we're literally in his view. Whoa! So the C-Stick goes to first person if you touch it. L and R, shoulder buttons, rotate the camera. And this is a throwback to their whole, like, Dreamcast controller design for Sonic Adventure. Because, again, like, this is the same game engine. Whoa! Okay, at least one of them got the rings. I've never seen myself like miss the rings in quite the same way I did when we first started.
Ring thing, do your thing.
That was better.
Thing rings, do your thing.
I don't like how the camera was jittering right there.
Yeah.
Like, clearly the collision on their loops has some problems in it. And, funny thing, everybody hates Shadow the Hedgehog, but it's actually like a technological improvement over this game in a lot of places.
I think I think Shadow is a better game than people give it credit for.
I actually almost argue that in some ways Shadow the Hedgehog is the best one of this era. And of course people want to fight me over this. No.
I kind of agree with you, actually, because... Look,
one playable character. You never have to learn a new playstyle.
Oh, yeah.
That's one of my big arguments there.
It's a solid game. It's a solid actual... It's a solid game than people want to admit. I think it's actually a pretty interesting game.
Yeah, I mean, there's some very terrible levels. Usually, like, the levels where they expect you to run forwards towards the goal are usually pretty okay. It's the ones where you have to, like, negotiate a non-linear city or something. Like the one where you have to find bombs.
Oh yeah. Now my issue with here's the thing. With Sonic games, I always have to be a little wary of how it's going to be critical because Sonic has just basically become a punching bag for like the internet.
I mean, that's why they put him in Smash Brothers.
Pretty much. But I'm not...
Unless someone can tell me how to properly play Sonic at a tournament level, I'm going to stand by him being one of the worst characters in that game.
Hey, like, sometimes the character you like is just the one that's terrible.
He has, like, 3 different special moves, all of which do the same, like, spin-up ball.
Nah, to be fair, anytime I do Ultimate, I end up being a Terry main.
Yeah, well, he's good.
Oh, yeah, Terry's fun.
He was made for fighting.
To be fair, one of my favorite things is just to date this video, I also saw the new Smash Direct.
Oh yeah, here we get Min Min.
Yeah, of all things, I didn't realize.
Yeah, by the way, the tornado is also on the B button, which is why I kind of briefly missed the Light Dash stream.
Wow.
Yeah, everything's on the B button.
Everything's the B button.
Because you have to have 2 switch buttons, and not make use of the C stick at all.
I said,
and the D-pad goes completely unused, if I remember right.
Like I said, I think this is also
a factor. I'm hitting the D-pad, nothing's happening.
I know you're saying that, like, well, why didn't they develop it for more buttons, but I really think that was an attempt to... Maybe they were hoping to port it to something smaller or, other stuff. And they didn't know exactly how many buttons they would get. Well,
they kind of, they fixed it later on, generally. Because I remember, like, Sonic Generations I actually thought was, like, probably the best overall 3D Sonic game. But, they actually bothered to have, like, a distinct action button for Light Dash and stuff.
Ooh.
But yeah, see, you actually stay in place in midair when you do the slam dunk thing, and that's how you do it as Knuckles. That's the safe way to go.
Okay. So, like...
And think fast. I will say there's way too many think fast moments in this game.
Well, it is Sonic. You have to... You want to be the fastest thing alive, right? You want to be that! You are the fastest thing alive!
Whoa.
Don't be a little bitch and tell me you're slow as a turtle! You killed those turtles!
What is this, the tortoise and the hedgehog, only the hedgehog's got, like, angry Danny DeVito as his trainer?
You got this, kid! I believe in ya!
This has gotten interesting.
Look, sometimes they say a hedgehog can't run at Mach speed. Well, I don't believe it. Not for even a second. You can show that turtle. He killed your daddy, and it's time to prove him wrong. I'm making my own dark origin for Sonic. I think it's going well.
The turtle killed Uncle Ben, and with great speed comes great responsibility.
Yes. I think it's better than the movie version where he just has an owl.
Oh yeah, Longclaw.
I forgot her
like the echidna. Yeah, why did I remember that name? I'm a nerd. Well, honestly, because like that movie,
I enjoyed that movie, but yeah,
it's kind of a interesting interpretation of Sonic, but fortunately, it's not an offensive one. Looking at you, Super Mario Brothers movie.
Honestly, I think that's the best movie that you could expect from a Sonic movie, and I don't mind that. It's like, look. It's not going to win award. Well, okay, it might end up winning awards since it's the only movie in 2020.
Yeah, then 2020 got canceled.
So, I think it should be up for an Oscar at this point because it's the only one that really,
Yeah, considering they had to redo parts of it.
honestly, it's like I feel like it's
come on,
the,
hit it.
It's the movie I would have wanted Sonic to be when I was a kid, and honestly, that's not bad.
Yeah, I like that he was cute. Like, instead of, like, being overly snarky, he was like, man, I just want to have friends.
Well, I liked the redesign a lot for him in that film. They did, like, thank you, Tyson Hess, the savior of Sonic.
It kind of is, yeah. Yeah, so the trick with, like, these flying enemies is you just, okay, stop hitting the same one over. You stun them with tails, and then you can smack them around. That's what kind of, like, I'm trying to acknowledge in this game, is that they do have, like, defined mechanics. I think that's good from a game design perspective, is, like, you know that this enemy you want to use this tactic against, and so the same tactic doesn't always work. Otherwise it gets, like, monotonous, but I feel like it's also really stretching it, because they're just like, we gotta have all the Sonic characters, but they tell us we have too many characters, so let's make them 3 characters at once.
I really do feel like, honestly, I understand, like, I would prefer, like, versions where it's like, we only have to do 1 or 2 characters. Like, honestly, I wouldn't mind if Sonic, like, from Knuckles onward, like, Sonic 3 and Knuckles, just had a new Sonic friend who would always be in each one, and that would just be their game.
Remember how, like, Knuckles was once the cool rival character, but then Shadow showed up and completely usurped that?
And now he's, like, the dumb brute dude.
I mean, it's exactly like, it's like Dragon Ball, where, so if Knuckles, you know, Sonic's obviously Goku, Knuckles is Piccolo,
I would say,
and Shadow is Vegeta.
You're not wrong. I guess that would make Big the Cat Yamcha?
And, alright, now we just need to get a picture of Big the Cat dead in that crater.
Joking aside,
oh, what's up here?
Wait, who the fuck is Tien then?
Vector.
Oh, fair enough.
I don't know.
Actually, it would make sense if Chaotix were basically...
Whoa. I loved how that homed in.
That was...
Because at level 3, Tails' attack is supposed to be able to hit multiple enemies at once.
Oh.
And so each one of those stars counts as a target, because if you light up all 3, you get like 5 rings.
Yay.
Whoa. Alright, you can totally do a light dash on these. Oh! Yeah, also the spin dash button is on the light dash button because it is the only action button. The spin dash for Sonic is basically the equivalent of Knuckles' ground attack. It's that button you don't touch. There's one particular part in like one of the last levels where you have to use it to like get up a conveyor belt, and every other time it will most likely kill you.
I'm actually am. Now I think about it. Alright, in the Sonic...
This game wins the award for slipperiest control, but yeah, what were you saying?
In the Sonic comics, there actually is a turtle character, but I'm surprised Sega America hasn't made a turtle character who's like this weird rival to Sonic.
Oh, I light dashed right into it. Well, I did not have the momentum for that. That's right. Oh, okay, that's not cool, turtle. Alright, now it's personal.
You see why I was
okay. My anti-reptile racism comes out.
Look, man.
Specifically shelled reptiles.
Look, fuck those turtles, man. Only the ninjas are the good ones.
No, they just operate in the shadows.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, this part's really lame, the way the pathway forces you forwards into fire, but you can just cheese it with tails. No, actually? Okay. But basically, your allies are allowed to take all the hits for you if you do it just right.
Basically, it's just like, hey, I'm going to sacrifice you to the god.
Tails is like, after years of following you, Sonic, you will now be my meat shield.
Sonic, you used me as a meat shield, and now it's my destiny to fight. Sonic, go forth!
Right. Boom.
Oh, God.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, so if you pay attention to how the flying works, you have a fixed height that you're allowed to reach after you start flying, and there is nothing that can force you to go above it. Because you can totally do this. If you do it wrong, you may find yourself like bouncing off a balloon or something, and not flying any higher above it because you've reached that height limit that's programmed in. So it's really inorganic.
Yeah, no, like, it feels like you should be able to, like, have, like, a, like, permanent flight. But then again, I can easily see it was them attempting to, like, I don't know, make it not as complicated or something. Because this game feels like it was built on a very strict pathway.
Oh, definitely. Whoa. Okay, now I'm trying to glide. I cannot glide.
You cannot glide.
Yeah, you have to be in the jumping state and not in the falling state for it to work.
You have to jump good.
Well, again, it's like what all the 3D Sonic games, especially at this point, we're doing is, if you play the game the way the developer intended, it works. It just works. God forbid if you don't.
It just works, like Christmas.
Alright, that's Knuckles to level 3. We got all the level ups we need. Tails throwing his friends into fire.
Go into the fire for me! I'm your god now. Now I'm just imagining Tails with a god complex.
You mean he doesn't have one?
Considering how many robots he built, I
we
imagine...
lost the key.
I could easily see him as, like... It's not like you don't have all the chaos and... Wait...
No, we do have all the... If we actually take this game far enough, we can go to the final boss. The final boss. Because, thanks to the Sonic Adventure series, the only time we... see, there's a light dash fail. The only time we ever get to play as Super Sonic is during the final boss fights when you hear some, you know, Japanese butt rock. In English, Japanese butt rock.
Getting... How many levels is, like, each section of...
I think there's, like, 7 or 8 worlds, and each one is 2 acts long and then a boss fight. Because they were definitely going for, like, the old Sonic style.
Okay.
So, because this is Act 2, basically. Like, they don't actually say Act 1 and 2, they have distinct names, but they're 2 thematically linked levels followed by a boss fight.
Alright.
You won't get me this time, Turtle!
Fuck you, Turtle. Fuck you for killing Uncle Ben after I failed to stop you.
Oh, didn't Sonic have, like, whoa.
Uncle Chuck?
Oh, by the way, camera fail. Because clearly the camera transition is placed right before that, and because I stopped right before it...
No, he had an Uncle Chuck
Chuck. Who,
in the original...
He was roboticized.
Yeah, no, like I said, I've been reading the Sonic comics because I am a dork like that who's like, you wanna know what I'm gonna do? I'm going to just read all the Archie Sonic comics.
Because you're a dork like that.
Well, I got up to issue 25, and then I had to look up a reading guide. Because I have to find the specials, the Knuckles. Because I'm trying to read so I can get to the Ken Penders stuff.
I like how the lava has like a fixed distance it has to maintain from you. Fair.
Because that is where the drama of Sonic really starts.
Oh, yeah.
And
yay, the goal. Boom jam.
So, you know, it's one of those things. I'm thinking of doing like an article on Twitter about it because I recently put out something for S.H.I.E.L.D.
Okay, so look, that was a 9-minute level. And that's actually one of my biggest criticisms of this game is... Oh, wow. Didn't get A. Okay. Well, if I had died at any point during the level, your score gets reset to 0. And if you've got like a 10-minute long level, it sucks to be doing like a perfect run and then suddenly you fall off and your score is at 0, and so you just get the E rank. Yeah, that's an obsession.
Look, Amy is just the representation of the Sonic fan base made manifest.
Alright. There's no defense for these fights. For all my attempts to figure out how this game is supposed to work, I have no idea what they wanted you to actually do in these fights. Because they get like invincibility frames when you hit them, but then they like... you can like home in on them sometimes, but you can't always, and then they like try to take out your guys, and... Oh, we launched big into space. See? I don't know what happened, but I won.
It's clearly a Virtua Fighter homage.
More like Sonic the Fighters.
Well, no, you have to ring him out.
Oh, man. These early Virtua Fighter games are rough.
I know, right? I want to buy the Figmas where they're actually all... Or is it... I think it's either Figmas or SH Figuarts. Where they're all polygonal figures of the characters.
Alright. So, yeah, we've been going for quite a while.
Well, we're on like
So prepare for Eye Strain, the game.
well,
Alright, Space Cadets. We don't know if we're going to continue this or not, but if there's another episode, then we continued it.
we're just gonna have to leave you on a cliffhanger of, will we continue this? Will we go down in history? Will the Game Grumps actually watch this? They're probably not gonna actually watch this, but hey! At least you know, and at least you get a more fair, balanced opinion of this game that isn't just Aaron screaming about it.
Damn, son. Way to leave us off.
Later.